Ishaboy and Gooner in the house, back with another bang on episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, match day today. Go and vote for all the community tab polls that I'm actually coming up with. Let me know in the polls, it's already there. So, let me know what you guys feel about what is going to happen tonight. Let me know. So, without any further ado, I'll just jump into what we got here. So, Arsenal fans were baffled by the decision that is being made by Arsenal management with Reece Nelson. Now, Arsenal supporters were shocked that Reece Nelson was involved in Arsenal's defeat 4-0 against Liverpool to Premier League in the Premier League 2 side of Arsenal under 23s. Well, Nelson, who has spent time on loan at German club Hoffenheim in the past, was heavily linked with leaving the Emirates Stadium towards the latter stages of the January transfer window in hopes to getting of more first team football action. Now, he was kept by Arsenal, suggesting that he would get more regular chances under Arteta, but sadly that's not happening. And the news of him starting for under 23s yesterday soon sparked a reaction from a lot of Arsenal fans who quickly slammed Arteta for his decisions that they've just been tweeting out on Reddit. Everyone is actually speaking about it. So, what do you guys really think? Reece Nelson, should he stay at Arsenal or rather leave Arsenal and look out for somewhere else? Probably on a loan deal, or rather, should Arsenal sell him off? What is your opinion? Let me know in the comments. Moving on. So, this is a report by Nathan Bliss. So they have actually signed Hossam Awar for Arsenal in the summer transfer window, and just in Football Manager 2021, they really tried to find out is he an impactful player for Arsenal? So he was valued at around 55 million pounds by Lyon in the summer of 2020, but is likely to be available for significantly less in the upcoming summer window. Now, because of the fund, the Football Manager database currently contains data on more than 800,000 individuals and 45,000 active clubs, with the data sourced from their international on the ground scouting network, which numbers roughly 1,000 people. Among their ranks are some who are involved in football in professional capacities. Now, in addition, each annual iteration of Football Manager has built in algorithms which check for outliers and data discrepancies. Data accuracy is further ensured by input from contributors who are active within the professional game as well. So now, our was they what they simulated the entire 2021-2022 season on the game to see what our brings the impact at the at the Emirates Stadium. So also Awesome Awar's 2021-2022 season was Arteta was sticking largely in the game with 3-4-3 formation. Awar, Thomas Partey, and the most was the most common partnership in the center, with Matteo, Emil Smith Rowe, and Calvin Phillips all having to settle for a rotation role. Granit Xhaka sustained a serious knee injury at the start of the simulated campaign and missed the whole season, damn it. So, Awar actually provided 16 assists in all competitions, 51 appearances, 16 assists. After a strong season in terms of creativity, only two players registered more assists than Awar. It was Mateusz Klich and Kevin De Bruyne. And at the end of every season, Football Manager 2021 calculates the best performing 11 of every side, including statistically, while it involved Awar as well. New signings Eric Garcia, Awar, and Daka were all included, with Lacazette, Aubameyang, and others having average seasons by their high standards. So, with how did Arsenal perform? Well, Arsenal ended up 68 points, just 3 points off Chelsea in the fourth spot. But it was Awar who actually was super good. He would be a very good signing for Arsenal next season. But according to Football Manager 2021, yeah, he is a wonderful signing. Moving on, so another Haaland Academy graduate gem is making up for lost time as he seeks to emulate what Bukayo Saka has done at Arsenal. Now, exclusive interview with Mark McGuinness by Kaya Kanak. So, last Tuesday night, the eyes of the footballing should have been solely squared on the Nou Camp, as Kylian Mbappe hat-trick against Lionel Messi's Barcelona was an unreal achievement. And also talking about um, the thing is that Alan Judge is one of the nicest guy in football. He hasn't got a bad bone in his body or whatever. So sorry. So talking about another Hale and graduate, Mark McGuinness. Yes, Mark McGuinness. There was an interview with him. He says, "It was frustrating because I wanted to go out on loan. Last year I felt like I was ready. I've always been quite a big lad, and I felt like I was ready for that step into first team football. And I know as a defender, you know that exposure you need that exposure, so I wanted to get that as quickly as possible. So it was a bit frustrating for me. There were other people around me in the team who were pushing on and progressing, and I was sort of left out. At this point, it might have been easy for McGuinness to feel sorry for himself, but he says, "I didn't look it in that way. It's my own journey. Things happen for a reason, and that's what then what's happened now has been great for me. In fact, those injuries I learned from each one, and they never hindered me. They always made me stronger. I never felt like I was behind the curve. Yes, I didn't get the minutes that I wanted to, and the exposure, but in terms of my performance, I didn't feel like I was slacking behind anyone. Those injuries were a learning curve, and then I feel now, being 18 games in, I've learned even more. The exposure has been great for me." So talking about Mertesacker, he says, "I think Pair also had those injuries as well. I think that was a big part of it. It's hard for some people, some players, when you're injured to keep positive and see the end goal. But he was there to reassure me and things like that when I was going through those injuries. He's also a very dedicated man, obviously being a leader as well, and that's something that I would hope to be in the future. Even now, I see myself as a leader. So just little things like that, he's good to talk to. So he's got a very wonderful relationship with none other than Per Mertesacker. Talking about Santi Cazorla, Arsenal fans love what Santi Cazorla has done with Club Al Sadd. Well, Arsenal fans love what happened with Cazorla. Is now the best part of 3 years removed from his Arsenal days, but Arsenal fans still hold a special place in their heart for this guy. Unreal, isn't he? So Cazorla moved on to Qatari side Al Sadd, and he's already achieving plenty of success with his new club, already lifting a title. It was managed by Javi Hernandez of Barcelona. So he won the Qatar Cup on Friday, defeating Al Duhali in the final thanks to 2 goals from Baghdad Buneja. Yes, Arsenal fans reacted on Reddit. So somebody said, "Time to come home for a friendly next season." Another one said, "Wow, Sant Cazorla." Next one said, "I love this man." Another one said, "Santi is timeless." Another one said, "Once a legend, always a legend. Winning finals with a smile, just Santi things." Another one said, "Shame he never got a proper send-off from Arsenal. That free kick against Hull on the cup final will always be my favorite goal of his." Now let's see, Cazorla is going to come back or not. I don't know. If you guys want, let me know in the comments what you guys feel about it. So Ray Parler hopes Arsenal avoid a tricky Rangers tie and backs Man United as Europa League favourites. Now he says, "Well, I would not want to get Rangers. I think for Arsenal that's a really tricky game. The way Steven Gerrard is approaching games, going all out attack. They're conceding very exciting game against Antwerp, but he's done the job again. Last 16, Rangers will be confident they can go a long way in this tournament." And talking about the winners, he said, "I think Manchester United will be favourites. Then you've got to look at clubs like Spurs, AC Milan, Arsenal, clubs like that." So he's actually hoping that Arsenal also can make it, but Manchester United, according to him, are the winners. So talking about it, Mikel Arteta opened up about in the pre-match conference against Leicester. He says, "I was really pleased with Willian on Thursday, and he totally deserves some credit because of the way he trains every day and he's trying. In games now, you can see that he's starting to produce what we think he can do for the team. So everyone has to step up and create big moments in games, because the front players in the end have to be the ones that decide the game for us." And talking about Martinelli, Arteta said, "He wants to play all the time. We know him and we know how he is disappointed when he's not playing. And you know that when you throw him on the pitch, he's going to do his best. He had an opportunity last week when I decided to sub Oba and give him minutes against Benfica. He needs to take those opportunities, and if he plays on Sunday, he needs to take it like everybody else." And talking about again Willian, he's saying that he's a player who we all like. His teammates like him, and we are expecting many more things from him since he joined. But for many different reasons, he hasn't found still his best performances. Hopefully, Thursday's performance is going to give him the platform and belief that he is a really important player. He's a player I really like. I did a lot to bring him in, and hopefully he can still give us more. And talking about what is happening at Arsenal, Mikel said, "We are in a rebuilding moment, but at the same time, this club cannot stop. This club cannot be thinking this is a project we have to win, and we have to be one of those top teams in the country straight away, and there is no time to do that unless you are winning. You have to be constantly evolving that squad, and if you haven't done that for a year or two, you get caught up by other clubs. You see what Liverpool has done in the few years and the team that they were able to develop. Man City have two teams, but why? Because for the last 4-5 seasons, things have been done consistently, and they are in a position that they can still do that. It's work that doesn't happen overnight, unfortunately, when the level is so high. So a lot of good decisions have to be made and have to be continued to made progressively." Yep, that's the beauty of it. And talking about the training images, yes, Rob Holding is back after the concussion protocols. Already is Pablo Mari with Nico Pepe. You could see Eddie Nketiah and Callum Chambers. I thought that was Saka anyways. But here's Matt Ryan. Pablo Mari is on, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Lacazette looks fresh as a daisy. Granit Xhaka looks good. And Hector Bellerin. Dani Ceballos. There you go. Cedric is ready. And so is the Capitan, El Capitan, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. There's Odegaard and there's Saka, Partey, Xhaka and Lacazette. Gabriel Magalhaes, he's happy about something. Well, I'm loving it that he's happy. Here's Thomas Partey in training. Callum Chambers, Emil Smith-Rowe, and I believe that's Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard. You can see Mo Elneny, Xhaka and Nketiah. Of course, Albert Stuivenberg talking with Mikel Arteta. So these were the training images. Thank you so much for tuning in. There's a watch along for Arsenal versus Leicester City. Be a part of it by, of course, subscribing and hitting the bell icon. I will see you in the next one. And let's support Arsenal alongside IG. Join the watch along. Cheers.